Alright, we're looking at a huge, not huge, but a pretty big TV show match is gonna happen about now. What's up, Dean? We have Mikoz and Latof, the good old Camel Boys. That's not racist, they just like me. They call themselves a Camel. And Team 1. Let's get into it. So it'll be purple and yellow. Alright, purple and yellow starting on one side. So it will be top versus bottom. I forgot to put myself in the teams, but I will put myself into one of their teams later on. I'm not sure if they're on voice. Usually Matt and Max are not on voice. They sometimes choose not to be on voice. So this is top versus bottom. So being not a corners game, we'll probably see a couple minus maybe here and there. Maybe about 2 or 3 minus actually. It's not a corners game. Matt's the only one who went allied. So he's probably gonna do a path. Not really a path, but he's gonna probably tell Max to go air, to go maybe 1 or 2. Excuse me, and then he can go air. So luckily for the two of them, both of them are Soviet. Team Mikoz and Latof, both of them are Soviet, so they will be able to share the responsibility of taking care of the air armada coming in from Matt's down in bottom left. But all 4 players getting gems. There you go, there's another miner. More minus and more minus. So we're gonna see a very slow and methodical game here. The drones are still picking and prodding wherever they can. But even Max having a pillbox dropped in from Max. So both of the top teams have their miners on the bottom. Yeah, it is a top versus bottom. When it comes, we got 4, 5 from Latof. We got 5 from Mikoz as well. Matt's already moving down with the 4 miners. He's gonna get a 5th up real soon. Max has 5 as well. So realistically, Matt is the only one that's down a miner, but unfortunately, since we got droned, he's gonna try and get an NCMCV out as quick as he can. He should be able to save that. That's unfortunate. That's gonna cost him a lot of mining time there down in bottom right hand side. 2 war factories to 5. It's gonna be Max against Mikoz. He got 3 M's in the name. It's really hard to keep up with it. But then NGRB is gonna look to cause a little bit of trouble there. He's just running around. I thought with 2 war factories and 5 minus already. Hasn't expanded down to bottom just yet. Max expanding over towards the right hand side with 6 miners now. Matt has gotten his 5th miner up, couple of Rockies, and he's pressure with Grizzlies and tanks here. Ooh, Matt is taking engagement there, spilling onto the middle side, getting that engagement, winning it actually. Third war factory comes up and is finally moving down. Second war factory out for Mikoz. And now Matt is slowly trotting over to the right hand side, able to punish Mikoz for leaving a gap wide open, but Olaf is there. Olaf is in. I'll call him Olaf because it's Latof, right? Latof is there to cut off the reinforcements over to the right hand side. Max is just sitting, chilling in the base for a little bit. And the Desolators are out from Mr. Desolator himself. Let's see whether anything can come out of this. So very, very methodical here. Both players are just taking their time. Rocketeers from Matt being quite a menace. There we go, does the desert to help him. Max Vwww's there, just unfortunate pathing issues there. He's gonna spill up his rhinos. His grizzlies are into the right hand side, but right now Olaf is making a push towards the bottom right. Gino, what's up dude? Thank you very much for the raid. Latof trying to push along the left hand side, but a huge engagement on the right hand side. Mikoz taking up a fight, bringing his miners along the way. And Mikoz is gonna lose out to Max here, but Latof actually holding up pretty well, but the lack of anti-air there's gonna be a huge issue for him. Max is just gonna clean up Mikoz there. And Max is now making his way towards the right hand side. So Mikoz forces cell here. And Vwwww is gonna trot on over to the right hand side to join him. Couple minor fodder there, a last minute ditch effort from Mikoz, but it looks like it's gonna be quite even here. Oh, unfortunately Vwwww just rolling into the bunch of rhinos there, but the rockets are there to help along. Max finally gets rid of Mikoz with the last war factory down. And he's probably gonna look to help his teammate here a little bit. Oh, probably go towards Latof's base here and finish him off. The elite will take care of the Desos nicely. And it looks like Matt holds on and defends well against Olaf's lance. Olaf's, what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Onslaught. That's the word I'm looking for. Onslaught is the word I'm looking for. So that's a tough fought win for the first team. For team at number 1. Yeah, back to my point that I was talking about. Both Mikoz not much experience in V2, yes, and Latof is rusty, yes. But it's been actually quite a while since Latof has been back.
Beacon detected.
Where's that beacon? I forgot to see the teams now. So it's purple and yellow again. So it is a corners game on Country Swing. That's very interesting to see. Corners game on Country Swing, you have to go 0, 1, 2. You have to go 0 probably. And actually a lot of corners games actually opponents build towards together. Yeah, just like this. So we see here that green, everything, the entire fight is happening down bottom. So in a corners game, Mikoz and Latof actually been to the same area. Same with Matt and Max. So they're gonna try and probably dense up this building as much as they can. It's good fodder and good help as well. But we'll see how the fight ends up here. Oh, Mad Thanks, what's up dude? Thanks for the follow. Yeah, so look at that, the Korean jets are already out. Looks like Vwwww is going straight for the AFC. Max on the other hand goes for a miner. 2 jets are out. I could probably take out a rhino, but they hide behind that flat cannon nicely. A drone is being beacon on the right hand side. Vwww's. Oh, 2 AFCs. Hello. Vwww's build a ref down in top. I'm mostly gonna stick my camera up here. So Mad Times. I forgot what's her name, but I'm sorry. So we've got 2 AFCs there. Gonna see a little bit of woody action here from Mr. Vwww's. So if I were Latof and Mikoz right now, I would probably get another flag cannon up in front. And is that an AFK miner I see? That is definitely an AFK miner I see right there. Yeah, 2 AFCs on 3 miners, yeah, that's right. Although it's getting a lot of damage though. Mikoz and Latof need a flag cannon around the top, not the... Oh, Rocktails were there to finish it off, but a little bit too late. He has... If he had a little bit more, maybe one more eco, that would help. The radar is on now from Max. And looks like both of them sold up top. And that war factory goes down. So all MCVs from Team 1 has been eliminated. And look at that. That's so showing Latof how it's done. All MCVs has been eliminated. That means Vwwww will not have a war factory, and it's gonna do a lot of damage with the eagles coming around. A little bit of overcompensation there with the flag tracks. The eagles just go around if it's not careful. You wonder if Latof actually committed more to tanks and then get some more flag cannons out of the way, you would have gotten a lot more. Would have been able to probably outpower the tanks here, out-tank max here, and then do a lot of damage. But the problem with flag tracks is that they might get carried away, and look at that, the last war factory goes down. The problem with flag cannons, is that they can't move. They're static, right? And there you go, as we see the air show coming out here from Vwwww. No second flag cannon there from Latof at all. And this is very interesting to see. The entire fight is happening down here. I can just stick my camera here basically, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how actually Team Latof and Mikoz are not out-tanking Max right now. They were up 2 war factories to 1, and Matt didn't go any tanks at all, so they should technically be able to out-tank Max pretty easily. But you see now Latof is actually running away to the other war patch, or the other side of the entire map. Latof committing to like 6 flag tracks there. Might have been his downfall, because if he had committed into rhinos instead, he would have been able to overpower Max and overpower both of them, especially when the MCV was sold by Max. By Matt, sorry. And there you go, now finally the split comes in. Latof's gonna go around the side. There is no flag to be seen to help deal with the Rocketeers. And out comes the Jets again, taking out another war factory from Latof. This is huge for Team 1 here. And both of them are actually working so well together without much chat. The only thing that happened were beacons and one message from Matt saying at the start, "At you." Mikoz sold his MCV, he was top left. He mined our bottom and lost top left. Yeah, Latof sold his MCV as well. So there's nothing but barracks left to fight, and a couple of rhinos and flag tracks and elite nonetheless. There you go, that's the GG. That was a good show from Team 1, but also a little bit of overcommitment from Latof there. They committed to going flight tracks. It's gonna be orange and teal on cabins. One flight cannon was enough there. Yeah. Orange and teal, so it's gonna be corners again. The more corners it goes, the better it is for Team 1, because the chemistry is still really, really good. And so there's another corners game here. So I got, what is it? I got Vwwww top left, and both allied Latof top right as well, and Mikoz bottom left, and Max bottom right. So interestingly, all the allied players are up top. And a different build we see here. Latof is building a war factory. Vwwww is going straight for the AFC, and the war factory is a bit late. So is Max. Yeah, what's up, Necrons? When did Latof come back? He came back about during the Armageddon tournament, actually. And when was the Armageddon tournament? Like 5 months ago, I think. Bro, this was back in the day. Yeah, Sandy. We got 2 miners here. Latof going 1 miner. And Mikoz is going 1 miner too. I don't remember when the Armageddon finals were about. Yeah, in August. Okay.
Beacon detected.
This thing wait for paradrap for Max before engaging.
Under attack.
Couple IVs there. I've never seen Latof play allied actually. Latof going 2 miners here. 2 miners, couple IVs and an AFC is a bit late. He's gonna have a 5th miner up now. So wait for the paradrap. Vwwww say, but the paradrap immediately get taken out. Turok is gonna push Max back slightly. He is responsible for the anti-air being the silver player, so should be able to do that really nicely. Max is putting the pressure on Latof at the moment. Meanwhile, the MCB cell goes in for Mikoz and he's gonna go in all in here. His father is lagging slightly behind. That singular flight try is gonna deny him some Rhino time. But in comes the miners as fodder. It's a little bit hard to see the colors here, but Mikoz is actually winning the fight quite well. And in comes Latof, the Rocketeer, trying to help him here. And the other half, Vwwww is gonna go in on Mikoz and take away his 1 singular miner, and now Max is left with no War Factory and no MCV. So he's only left with 4 rhinos, but he quits instead. I'm not sure whether that was the right play there. Could have probably held on for a little bit longer, help with your rhino so you can. And in comes Mikoz, gonna push him on the top left side. MCV is going for Vwwww here. And it's the last minute stand for the 2v2. 2v1 actually. Latof's gonna hold on to his MCV and gonna move down the cliff. And this is looking grim for Team 1. There you go, there's the quit. Well played there from the Camels. Yeah, that last match was a little bit Team Animals was a little bit questionable from Max just quitting on immediately when he could have stayed on. He had a couple minutes left, but chose to get out of the way. But it is another corners game, and Vwwww is the sole allied player once again. So in the corners game, technically should be favored towards the Team 1. Because the Team Camel Dog, call him Camel Dog. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Camel Dog. The Team Camel Dog are 2 great 1v1 players, but put in the 2v2 context, they might not fare that well. That being said, they did win a corners match back in cabins. So Vwwww said he's gonna go 1. Sorry about that. Drone out for a lot of, but no drone for Mikoz. He's gonna go straight for a rhino. Path, I'm not using the radar, I'm using F1 to F4. But my screen is quite huge, so you can capture all the way to mid. Yeah, got drone there on the bottom. So 4 runners to about 2. I believe he lost an engagement down there. Yeah, there's the ping from Vwwww. So moving too fast. There's a ping from Vwwww telling him that we're gonna go down in bottom left here. So it's asking Max to pressure down that side. And in he comes, I'm just waiting for it. flag gets droned. Still got 4 rhinos here. 3 miners count for all the Soviet players except for Latov. Latov has 4 and Max Vwwww sorry has 4 as well. How flag comes out here? So where's the plan here? There's only been one push so far right in the middle here, which caused Max to lose maybe 1 or 2 rhinos. But Latov seems to be playing his own game here, trying to build up. I thought Vwwwws and Max were gonna pile on Mikoz there at the moment. They both have similar strats here. Oh, miner gets drone. I don't know what the K was for. But Mikoz are told to stay alive. Is it matter Latov doing the work though? I don't know if Latov has gotten back to the shape yet. Yeah, I mean in terms of the heavy hitters, Vwwww is definitely the heavy hitter compared to Max. I mean back in the day he was definitely the go-to Soviet guy, but in that recent show match with Ludwig and Quas, he's been shown to be a little bit rusty. But I don't know what's happening here. It's I mean, how's the weather going? It's a little bit quiet. Nobody's pushing anywhere.
Beacon detected.
There you go. There's the final push. The first push actually from Max. He's gonna get a miner out of the way. Oh, is he gonna... Oh, 2 miners out of the way. And not sacrificing all of his tanks as well. And Vwwww is gonna push Latov at the same time. So he just backs off slightly. So Mikoz is slowly trying to push into top left.
Beacon detected.
And a ping gets thrown out the window. So around 2 war factories for Vwwwws and 7 miners. So let's see whether Max can hold off Latov here. He is out tanked. The fodder is there. Not much going on in the left hand side of the map. But let's see how his tank control holds up. 2 miners there are gonna run away. Or Max is just gonna let them die there. The Death Loader has been deployed. 2 miners are gonna go down. And now... Oh, Mikoz is gonna go in. Well, TBC the Rocketeers. Way TBC the Rocketeers and not really realizing they lost a refinery in the making, and now both of them are gonna pile on Vwwwws here. But it's being pushed back once again. This is a very, very slow 2v2 match on jungle for a corners game. There's a lot of Rockies there for him to do it. There's no NTR, so he's gonna have free reign there. Only 1 flag track available for Mr. Latov. He's gonna go for the warpath. Choose a good choice. Get rid of any possibility of a flag track coming out. Get a radar out. Max forces the cell. That's gonna slow Latov down a little bit more. Those prison towers are good for defense. But Mr. Unstoppable here doing a lot of work on Mikoz as well, taking out his 3rd miner there. And in comes Mikoz, gonna run through that radiation Vwwwws, but the tank control is not there with the Grizzlies. He came in with the conga line there, but eventually he is out tanked, so with the rockets as well, that's gonna help him a lot. Gonna push Mikoz all the way back. More Desos. And Latov is just chilling, man. He's vibing. He's making these small little pushes on the left hand side when Vwwwws eventually goes in for what you call it, for Mikoz. But Ed is right. It does indeed look like both the top players are just waiting to tell them to hold. Here comes the double in onto Mikoz. A para drop flag cannon comes out for Mr. Palacio. Yeah, it seems to be just both Vwwwws and Mikoz telling Max. Vwwwws and Latof are telling Max and Mikoz to hold. The MCV cell comes out.
Beacon detected.
That's the ping. And Latof's gonna kill the bridge. Okay, this is a bit slow and I don't know what's happening here actually. Both of them are slowly building up their units. It looks like a normal 2v2 instead of the normal corner fast-paced game that we see. Vwww's gonna wipe down Mikoz. Can't get rid of the war factory and that is over. Mikoz is over and done with. Olaf could have probably pushed in there while Mikoz is being hit. War factory goes down and that is the end of Mr. Mikoz. So it's all on Latof now. He had an opportunity to hit Vwwwws there, but I think the GIs there could have pushed him away for a little bit. Now Max brings in his entire minor army just to hold up. He's probably waiting for Vwwwws to finish up, and then they can double on Mr. Latof together. Let's see how this pans out. They're just taking their time, man. Yeah, man's gonna get some minor cut off. So if you were Latof right now, you're thinking like, I'm fucked there. How am I gonna survive against two guys at the same time? Yeah, Ed is right. It does seem to be limiting Mikoz a little bit. Because Mikoz could have definitely done a lot better there, but it's just waiting a little bit too much. There's a ping telling Max that he'll go up top. So the only way to probably split Latof apart is splitting, literally splitting. Get them in separate ways. Two-prong attack from two different angles. Latof have to split his tanks. That'll divide his entire army, sending it out. He should be able to deal with it really nicely, and the flag tracks are out of position as well. The bridge gets killed. Yeah, Latof seems to be camping really well. He's slowly running out of money though. He's gonna have to sell some things I don't need, like this refinery you don't need. Probably sell this one. Oh, there's a bit of gold there left. It's making a chronosphere. Oh, Matt's caught sleeping a little bit there. Vwww's trying to push in, but they're just a little bit hesitant now to go in. They lose all their units. I'm a noob, but I'm pretty sure both of them just went in at the same time right now. I think what's the strat that Mikoz and Latof are doing right now is Mikoz is just holding whenever he can. He's not really being aggressive with the pushes and everything, and Latof is a heavy hitter. Same way how Max and Matt are working right now. Max is just holding off, and whenever Vwwwws can, he will make the push and be the heavy hitting, like how he took out Mikoz on his bottom left. So in the same way, technically Latof should have taken out Max at the same time. Oh, good decimal placement there. There you go. They combine armies together. Max trying to go in. But the prisoners at the back doing actually a lot of work. If you can mark them properly. You see Latof is holding on really well against these two. He was the aggressive one trying to push against Max at the start with the death souls at the same time. But it looks like Max has had enough and he's just gonna go straight in there. Send out Latof's army. But the Desos are what he wants to avoid, and that's why the elite Grizzly is there to deal with. There you go. That's the final quit from Latof. And it's 3-1. But it's mostly Mankanias. Alright, looking at the blues. Yeah, Desert Island is a classic. This is one of my favorite maps of all time. And we're looking at a traditional left is right. So left is right, we're gonna see a lot of miners here. And probably someone move to his middle. Whiny bitches.
Wow.
So traditional level is right on maps, especially like Jungle when they're all on the same side. We're gonna see tons of miners. Gonna see most likely like a normal probably SBS game. And then you go Vwwww saying you take gems. So we're gonna see Max move to the middle. Maybe after the first war factory. I think Andy's team will be him and Sunny, right? 1998 Sunny? Him and himself. That's funny. Where's the first war factory? And Max hasn't moved yet. Excuse me. Got drones out, got miners out, just gonna wait. Chat is still going on about Andy in the 2v2 tournament. I mean, Ed, you could probably get Sasori back in. Dude, you and Sasori the dream team combo, man. We got AFC out for Vwwww and Latof as well. Four minus to 5? Or 5 minus to 5? The Soviets are still on 4. Am I seeing 3 minus from Max? Is that really what I'm seeing at this point? Yeah, it is 3 minus. Oh, that's 4. Is that one of gems? See that? There's not much to be talked with at the start here. There's seems what strats to go with, so Vwwww is gonna say... Vwwww saying he's gonna attack. I expect Max to move towards the middle after he finishes up the gems here. There you go. Latof also attacking up, mirroring Vwww's. So I wouldn't say the proper way, but a really good way to play 2v2 is actually having a really good ally player with a really good Soviet player. So you can really abuse the Rocketeers and Eagles when you're at it. Vwwww is that really good ally player. And usually the Soviet player will be the heavy hitting one, but in Vwww's case, in Team 1's case, Vwww's actually been the heavy hitter. We've seen Max, we've seen Team 1 play against Quas and Ludo, and didn't really show a really good. Max didn't really show. Didn't really show up in that match. He played quite bad, honestly, and Vwwww had to carry him quite a lot throughout the entire thing. I remember Frank was losing his shit when he was casting that match with me. So it looks like Team 1 is gonna double up on Mikoz here at the moment. Matt is slowly trying to submit. This is a very good position here. Just so that you can keep the spreader going up or going down. That pair drop on the cliff. There also denies the gems actually. There's a really advantageous positioning from Vwwww. Now the Rocketeers are being pinged. Vwwww's gonna pull back his Rocketeers to try and help. So right now if both Latof and Mikoz go down, I'm gonna sandwich on Matt here. Matt doesn't have another way to go. It's gonna go straight into those Mirages. He will be able to take them, but there is no Rocketeers to flag trap to help, and Mikoz is clean up. Matt's mistake there. Vwwww wasn't really there to help, and the Desolers actually pushed him off. Doesn't want to lose the Mirages. good teamwork there by Team Camel Dog. Now the fight will probably move towards the middle.
Our ally is under attack.
We're on 4 war factories now. Not sure what I got. Oof. Oof, V-dubs. He's getting caught out there. And Max is nowhere seen to help him. Now he's tracking back. I think because sorry, Latof will probably make a push now. Ooh, huge.
Our ally is under
That
attack.
is huge from Mikoz there, taking out most of Max's tanks.
Our ally is under
And
attack.
Max being in the middle of V-dubs and Max, that means that he will lose the miner down there. Because Latof is actually pushing in towards bottom right. And now Mikoz is going to make his way around top right. V-dub should be able to defend that pretty easily. Just a matter of how much he can defend with, and this is the big mistake that's gonna come out from Max. Losing all of his lanes, that means both players can just throttle into bottom right. Look at that. Max is done and over with. V-dubs, no army left. Mirages are popping out now.
Our ally is under attack.
Let's see how they can defend this push.
Our ally is under attack.
I'm trying to commentate as I go along, but I'm just looking at this and going, oh my god. So Max lost all of his tanks there, and he has nothing left. Max lost all of his tanks there. He was slightly broke. He got caught up in the middle, just sitting idly down here, and Mikoz just came in and wiped him out. I mean, meanwhile, look at Latof. He's just playing a nice little camping game. What's up, Sheriff? It's a bird sightseeing. Your bird is absolutely sightseeing, my guy. GG's. Alright, we got the blues again. Code is peak. Yeah, I think Frank is busy with Christmas, obviously. Yo, Jacob, what's up, dude? Merry Christmas, man. Okay. Oh, it's not corners, it's bottom left, just top right. So 1 and 4, Merry Christmas Day. Hope you're doing well. Hope the wife and the dogs. The cats! What? Why is it the dogs? The cats are well. Okay, beat up saying I'll go 0. It's gonna be bottom left to top right. Let's see how that goes. Drone them both, but you can go 1, beat up said. It's not corners. Code to speak. Pretty good map for 2v2. Honestly, it's a good map for 1v1s as well. But in terms of the playability strats over here, we're probably not gonna see any rushes. Probably gonna be a quite, I wouldn't say a very, yeah, we need to fix that. I have no idea how. I remember the Chinese humans have that overlay, but I don't know how to get that. We're not gonna see any rushes. We're probably gonna see a small methodical one, but that being said, V-dubs. Oh, Max! No, Max gets double droned. And the third drone is incoming. Gets caught out. V-dubs going 0 there. He's gonna rush in a little bit here, but Max getting double droned there. Pretty unfortunate. He's gonna slow him down a little bit. I think he probably lost 1 miner as well. That third drone almost got in, dude. That's my Frank impression. Oh, my V-dubs. Taking away that drone miner out of Mikoz. That's my Frank impression. That's almost got it, dude. Another ping goes into there. V-dubs gonna going straight in for the miner that's carrying gems right now. Almost got it out of the way. But Mikoz getting his own pushback. The cell is on the way. So it's on the way. The cell has arrived. The money has been deposited into your bank, Mr. Palacio, and now he's gonna push in.
Our ally is
We're gonna
under
lose a little bit there. Unless he gets sandwiched with the Rockies. The Rockies, the Connies in between, the Rockies are there to help. But Vwwww should be able to take that pretty easily. Max and Latof just chilling. You know the vibes. It's Christmas, you know, the great Christmas treaty. They stop, play some football, and then they can go back in there. Yes, Ed didn't bill because she's the one that gave the shirt to Snart, so it was his $20. There's the sell from Vwwww. He does have the EFC down here. So he has the EFC, so he should be able to. There you go. Vwwww says I'll be in a few minutes. Should be able to do these pretty easily. That Paratrooper is gonna help the Rockies. The Rockies can go straight for the War Factory whenever he can, but Latof's not pushing in on Max. Let's see if the Max can hold this up pretty well. It could bring in his minus of Forderers to help him a little bit there. The Forderers have to help the Rockies are now here to help as well. No flag incoming. There is one singular flag track from Mikoz, but none from Latof himself. There's that singular one coming out of the way. Another Christmas tree coming out here, but never mind. Vwwww's sort of going in by backing out immediately straight afterwards. That one singular flag track is standing in the way of Vwwww's winning this entire fight. I'm just gonna put my camera down here. Yeah, that's easy. Put my camera? Yeah, I'm gonna put my camera down here. Alright, so what's going on here? Mikoz just lost his second to last flight track there. Latof moving down to top right. Another minor drones, but it got killed. There you go. Latof just going around the goose chase, ring around the rosy with his flight track. And I believe that is an engineer inside that from the MCB cell. Still sticking on bottom. In comes that engineer from the back. Oh no, Vwwww's! Oh no, Vwwww's! Oh no, Vwwwww's! He loses his last war factory with the MCB zone. So maybe the statement of I'll win in a few minutes might not be true after all. Vwwwww starting match to press there. The drone is there to help. And now comes the double onto Latof. Max needs to press right now. Mikoz is gonna go for the base trade. There is an AFC in Max's base, so he is safe from the base trade. MCB is sold for Max. It is now or never for Team 1.
Our ally is under attack.
Trading, he says, now or never, let's go. See what Reese team will go for it. Mikoz splitting up his stance here. Max will have to try back and defend if he can. But I don't think he will be able to. He needs to take out Mikoz right now before anything else goes on. There's the last building from Max. And Vwwwww goes out without taking out Mikoz. Insane. Max overseeing here at the moment. It's all down to Max. Vwwwww couldn't take out Mikoz in time with the trade. And now it's down to Max to hold on 3 rhinos from Mikoz with reinforcements along the way. And Latof just decided to help. She probably deployed and run away. Good decimal placement, but it is inevitable. Way too many tanks for Max to handle. And that is GG. Fuck me, I'm dizzy now. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh god, that is an amazing play there. Mikoz was so smart to know that after everything was gone, he surely had something down and split his tanks immediately down. Oh boy. Oh, what since stop working? Go ahead. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I agree with that. I didn't know that was a thing in this list. But it's orange and yellow. Corners? Corners. Orange and yellow, and Latof went back to Allied. I'm RA2. But come on, Mikoz is on fire, yeah. I'll keep an eye on Mikoz. He is my F2. What does that sound so romantic? He is my F2, no? Am I making you dizzy, chat? Yeah, divide freezes over. We are at 3-all. It is the first to 6 to win. So it is very close at the moment. There you go, there's that signature AFC in the opponent's base. Vwwww did that I think 3 times. Huh? So Vwwww told Max to go 0 and Vwwww is going air. That's why we see the AFC out first before the War Factory. There's always an early AFC. And there you go, that's Vwwww with the one singular Rhino. Gonna go 40 drone miner! And Mikoz gonna lose that miner. Do that drone. And he wanted to get the next miner, but they oh, they traded. Oh no, that didn't trade, that was a rocketeer. Is that the drone survived? Hello? Oh, excuse me, that drone survived from the attack from the miner. Oh, you're my F3. You're F2. And the cannon is up from Matt on both sides. So Matt is putting under pressure right now. So you got one miner out of the way. Pushed away 2 rhinos. And now he has 4 rocketeers to deal with. There'll be a 6 now coming up. So Latof is America, and Vwwww does not have paradrops because it's France. And this is the first of many paradrops incoming here from Latof. She has a dog to defend. She should have a sentry gun at the same time as well, but I think it doesn't.
Our ally is
It might lose that refinery or the oil. It's pulling by his rocketeers now. Before she gets out of the way, and Latof, look at this. It's very, very smart player. While Vwwww is distracted with the paradrops, he's gonna pull in his rocketeers to deal with that War Factory. It's gonna slow down Vwwww quite a bit. And the battle between Mikoz and Matt is still ongoing here. Huge, the fodder coming out here from Mikoz. Gonna help him a lot. And now the Olaf rocketeers are gonna come in and help as well. Vwwww hasn't been helpful towards Matt just yet. Only the rocketeers are there to help, no tanks along the way because he is going air. In the meantime, Latof has been helping with the Harriers, with the rocketeers, and he has a couple of grizzlies to move along as well. More rockets coming in. Latof, I was like, Latof, when are you gonna move the grizzlies, man? So because Matt Vwwww's here didn't go for tanks, he's gonna slowly rely on the cannon to help him push back any sort of land assault coming in from Latof. Matt! It's almost midnight. What are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Team 1 looks to be a little bit flustered at the moment after losing that go to speed game. Latof with grizzlies on the field, rocketeers, and one single Harrier. He's doing good. Mikoz is holding up on his own as well. He's gonna get distracted here. Matt's tried to push along the bottom to Latof, but gets pulled in there. The cannon seems to be helping in pushing him back. For how long? Vwwww's going in on the miners, not getting one, so that is not very worth. And no anti-air. The lack of anti-air, that means that Matt will lose his War Factory. With that second flag track coming in, the ping comes in asking for help from Vwwww. And that is devastating right there. Absolutely devastating. The power goes down, though the flag cannons are not useful. But the Patriot missile comes out. And Vwwww is slowly making its way. Now the attention is turned to Mr. Vwwww.
Our ally is under attack.
Now that Matt does not have a war factory, doesn't have much to defend with. Matt's gonna go for Mikoz at the same time, but a double up on the Vwwww. That means that he's gonna get Vwwww out of the game and left Matt to defend with. Palacio does not have anything in Olaf's base. And the MCV gets sold, no war factory. The MCV down for Vwwww again, and the war factory is down for Vwwww as well. It looks like it's down to
Our ally is under attack.
Olaf, Mr. Latof / Olaf, and Max here. Max and Olaf the only one with MCVs left. Vwwww does not have an AFC. He does have a couple Rocketeers and the AFC in Max's base.
Our ally is under attack. Our ally is under attack. Our ally is under attack.
What is Mikoz saying? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I don't know. Mikoz could have probably lost a lot less there. I think he committed to Vwwww, which is good at the start. But once he saw Max coming, he should have backed away and help out and help defend his base actually. So Vwwww is out of the game. He's only left with an AFC with 2, and look at the amount of Rocketeers there. Gonna rip through the AFC. There you go. And now he can back out. So Vwwww is no longer a threat. No power, no EFC, no Harriers. But he does have a couple Rocketeers left to sort of harass Olaf whenever he can. Grizzlies, no IVs. And the gun show has been stopped. Mike, Mr. Mikoz, Mr. Dog, Mr. Palacio is defending with all he has here with the miners. And the Connies and Tesla Troopers coming out. I think probably Tesla Troopers will be a better choice to spam at this moment. There you go, the ping for the huge engagement, no anti-air.
Our ally is under attack.
And now Olaf's gonna come in and take out Max, Vwwww once and for all. It's gonna be a Vwwww has been defeated. There you go.
Our ally is under attack.
And now they can double up. Because there you go, he can double up now on Max, get him out of the way. But unfortunately Olaf doesn't have much to help with the tanks, but he does have a fuck ton of Rocketeers. So all Mikoz needs to do is get rid of the flag track, and he should be okay with it, which he is doing pretty well. Get rid of the one war factory, target the flag tracks next. There's too many Rocketeers for him to handle. War factory goes down, last flag track goes down. And there is not enough power for the flag cannon after 2 of these go down, and that is GG.
Our ally is under attack.
Feels bad for Max, yep.
Our ally is under attack.
He's gonna spam all these when he can, but the power is too easy to deal with.
Our ally is under
That's GG, 4-3.
Player
For the first time ever, Team 1 is actually not in the lead. This is in no way throwing shade to Max, but I think that Latof in his prime would actually beat Max. Alright, so we got yellow and blue, top versus bottom. I think this is a mirror match of what we've seen. Yeah, this is an exactly mirror match of the first match. I would bet on Latof. I'm going with Uncle Josh. But Latof on his prime Marco was terrible. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how good Marco was back in the day, but he was constantly hitting like top 5, top 3, right? Would you say Marco now is better than Marco in the past? Like, when was Marco in his realistic in his prime? I think Marco is probably a little bit more consistent. Marco now is better than Marco in his prime, okay. Than back then, okay. I mean, even back then, Marco was still considered like top 5, right? Ironically, Marco turned to zero. Marco has 2 error when he was ranked out Germany on RA2. Sorry to yeah. I mean, Marco might not have been better previously, but okay, I guess Marco is not a really good comparison then. But I think if Matt and Latof go head to head on SVS, I would bet on Latof actually. There's no shit to match. It'll be a fun match to watch, and it'll be probably a hard match to watch, and probably a hard fought win. But my bet is on Latof. Look at that. So Vwwww's already expanded down to the bottom, which gives space for Latof to kind of push in onto the middle ground to get those miners out of the way. So no early AFC this time. He goes for the War Factory. Mikoz tries to push in on Max. So it is a mirror matchup that we see here. It was similarly on the left side was Vwwww versus Latof, and then on the right side it was Mikoz versus Max. And I don't know why. Okay, I got my colors mixed up there. So we had a push on 2 even fronts there. Max won his engagement. Latof, he got through. Probably didn't have much damage of Max. Vwwww's forced to sell this, and Chrono is minus on top. But he should be able to win this engagement there. But not with those GIs over in that cliff. I think Latof was trying to make his way towards the right hand side to double up on Max and help him a little bit there. So the fight is going very vertically right now. Top versus bottom all the way. There's no left versus right action between the 2 players. Well, because it is a team game. Prism Tower is up. And Max against... Ooh, is he gonna win that? Is he gonna win that? The MCB is sold. But he is broke. This is an issue. This is a big issue. Sound the alert, boys. Sound the alert. That's the wrong one. Sound the alert. Max is broke. He does not have enough funds to deal with 2 war factories with 4 miners. Will going to be sold as well. Palacio, Mr. Palacio using the same thing. Selling out, but Olaf is in Vwwww's base. And Vwwww does not have anything to defend with. Only has a couple GIs along the way. Max has well enough in an army to double up on Mr. Palacio right now. What is happening? What's happening to Team 1? Is the chemistry from the Camel Dog too much for Team 1 to handle here? I gotta be honest, I wasn't focusing too much on the game. But it looks like some bad engagements has caused Mr. Vwwww to lose his army. Forced the cell on this ref, and he had to rebuild it down here. Colonel is minus up along the top. And then on the right hand side, both of these guys they just sell MCV to our factories and then be like, come on bitch. Yeah, both Mikoz and Max sold their MCVs. Vwwwww still has an MCV he can still rebuild, but it looks like Max lost his fight there. Yeah, I missed that, but Max 100% lost his fight. Mikoz is gonna clean him up pretty well. And Max says K. So I don't know whether they're on voice whenever they say K, but or whether that means something else. But Mr. Palacio has lost his fight with the Unstopable.
Beacon detected. Player.
There's the ping for help. Yeah, I saw like Mikoz trying to take a fight when he didn't really need to. He lost too many tanks there, especially at the start when the miners are there. Jazz are gonna come to help with the fodder. Oh, bad tank control there from Latof going around the cliff. He's gonna lose a lot of tanks there, and it's down to Latof once again. There you go, that's the last tank of Latof. Another drones are gonna come out. He does have a sizable army and sizable base. With 5 war factories and 6, 7, 8, 9 miners. So he should be fine here. Team 1, we just have to recuperate and slowly chip at Mr. Latof. Get him out of the way. Should be a comfortable win for Latof. For Team 1. for Latof. Should be a comfortable team for a comfortable win for Team 1. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm afraid the longer they leave Latof alone and stop chipping at him, the stronger he's gonna get.
Our ally is under
And Matt should technically have his rhinos up in Latof's ass right now. He can't just let Vwwww take the entire brunt of it. Yeah, here he comes. Probably just split 2 or 3 tanks down the bottom. Get the miners out of the way. Should be easier for him. And I don't think splitting up is the right choice here. I don't know where Max is going. But luckily Vwwww has that lab out. There you go, he's finally gonna split around the side. You don't have to take Latof in a 1v1, you need to group up and use your units effectively. Yeah, Max might have got drone. Yeah, you're right, Pap, I missed that. Yeah, the sheer amount of drones that we saw earlier from Latof got rid of all of his miners.
beacon detected.
When he's broke now, he can't make a miner. Yeah, the GI is just blocking the path there. So Max could technically just sell out. He doesn't have money to make a refinery. Might as well sell everything except for the war factory and get maybe 1 or 2 final tanks to get in. I think his Latof can hold pretty well. He does have the drones, which will help a lot. Because right now for Max, every single unit counts, and there it goes. Gives a random elite to a drone. What? And gets the elite drone. That is unfortunate. He's gonna keep his elite there, the one that's droned. Yeah, it's gonna send them in hopefully to get some things out of the way. But Vwwww should be going in right now. But Latof, he is going in 2v1 right now. Look at that, controlling 2 groups at once. Fortunately, the second group is under control very well. Yeah, it should sell. Sell this. He's holding on the left side. Excuse me. Holding on the left side, not really pushing in. But Vwwww is here to help. Where did Latof get this kind of energy, man? I know he's he'll be back until like mid-January, but damn.
Our ally is under
Where the
attack.
hell did he get this fucking energy, man? I need it. And he's still going around the base. He probably could have gotten the MCV there. What? And Vwwww's pulling all of his units onto one side. Means Latof the remaining of his time to go in. And if Max is out, seems like it'll be over for him. Latof gonna go straight through the GIs. Too many tanks there to properly handle the GIs. And now Vwww's are probably going for a trade. He's gonna leave the units in base to defend it. Okay, he defends it well with the Mirages inside. Now he's down to a 1v1. Move your miners to the right. He doesn't have any. Max is out of the game. There you go. The control groups coming into play here. The Mirage is gonna take out. Gotta watch for that though, so. Olaf Souls is in CV. Matt can survive here. He can grab the gems in the middle, can grab the huge ore patch here. So the odds are in his favor. I don't know whether Max's GG is for his group, for his team, or for anyone else. This will be the prime target right now. Get rid of the miners. I think that's what Vwww's gonna do. Yep, get these 3 things out of there. Scoop up all the miners, and now we can push in, get a Rocketeers on that Deso. So that is the last of Latof's miners, and that is GG. That was too close, man. That was way too close. And it is on tour, so you are gonna go Soviet. Allied has been played there before, but I think Soviet probably favors it a little bit more. So we are yellow and purple. So top versus bottom. And the best thing about this map is that I can just put my camera right here and not touch my mouse at all. Pure Soviet match, yeah. Oh, and Hellmarch plays in the background. Oh, dude. Yeah, gunman Latof went hard. And there's the ping. So we've seen the last time Ludo and Quas played against Matt and Max. We saw actually Vwww's go in France. Vwww's went in France, I think was top versus bottom as well. And it went really, really interesting. It went really, really well. He base walked down the France cannon. Actually saved him a lot. Just huge. But we'll see how this goes.
Beacon detected.
The pings are out and the one miner goes in. Max, however, does have the build speed over Olaf. So he does have maybe 3 runners out. 2 runners instead of 1. But Olaf's miner is droned. And if Max's miner is droned and he loses that 1 miner, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Latof is a great player and a great camper, but he doesn't have quite necessarily the fastest build speed. I wouldn't say that because of old age, because we do have quite a wide play base. But Latof does not have really good build speed. I've seen him deploy tends to be quite late as well. But Matt is now putting on the counter pressure onto Latof, excuse me. And Vwww's actually going in on Mikoz here. Connie's out there to help. But we are at 4 miners now for Mr. Palacio, 3 miners now for Vwww's. Max is on 2 miners. He had 3 but lost 1, had to rebuild, and Olaf can just run through him right now. Elite Connie comes out for Mr. Unstoppable, but all of Max's tanks are gone. And he is not broke. He still does have money. He's gonna go for the money that's banking the gems. Fortunately, it does bank it before the miner goes down, but another miner goes down nonetheless. This is a huge matchup that we're seeing here. Latof is not holding back. He wants blood, dude. Did you notice how in the previous games on Code to Speak, Vwww was like, I'll win in a few minutes. He goes from that to I'll try to win on Tour of Egypt. So the Connies and Rhinos are coming in now for both players on the left side. MCVs have been sold from both team 1. The Deso is out for Mr. Palacio. That's going to be huge. That's going to deter Vwww's away. Good deploy of the Desolator there by Mr. Palacio. Gonna push the tanks away, and he can actually make a counter pusher.
Our ally is under attack.
Gonna take away the rack so there's no more fodder. And the Deso take out almost half of the fodder there and 2 runners along with it. He does have 4 miners working. He has 1 AFK. No, that's not an AFK miner. Meantime, Matt tries to go in. Sentry guns out there to help because he still has that MCV. So miner count here is managing a lot, and now the Deso play here. Vwww's bringing in his miner, so this is his final push. Palacio does the same. So it is essentially a 1v1 here on both ends. Both players still holding out really well. Left side is bringing in their miners. Right side is still holding on without any miners. And those desos from Mikoz, absolutely devastating, desolating, irritating, microplaning. Words that does not make sense. There you go, Mikoz finally putting the fodder into position. And 2 AFK miners there from Mr. Vwwww along the top behind his refinery. Matt is holding on pretty well against Latof. He does have that one singular miner still remaining. Latof now getting on fresh ore and looks like he's gonna win that fight. Mr. Unstopable running through Latof's tanks. The miners are gonna help Vwwww a lot, but I believe Palacio is gonna win that. So both opposite teams are gonna win. I think Vwwww just needs to hold on here. Vwwww needs to hold on for Max to finish up. Once Max finishes off Latof, he can go in straight on the left side. MCB is sold. And there you go, Vwwww saying I'll win soon. This is literally so close. Where did tanks go? Oh, there you are. So Latof now left with his desolators. I think Matt and Max are on voice as well. Max is saying stuff. And yeah, Max is talking and Matt is just Vwwww is just using in-game chat. This is some wild shit. You're exactly right, dude. So the last minute pusher, that engineer almost getting to the war factory. So the miner comes in now to help the infantry. Vwwww can make a final pusher. He does seem to target the tanks really well. The one singular miner is good against infantry, but I don't think he wants to lose it at this point. He does lose the miner instead, but Vwwww is gonna win this fight on the left side. Come on, boys. This is so very tense here, but T1 seems to be on top. He dukes the infantry. Mr. Unstoppable dukes the infantry and goes around them and almost gets out of the way of the Tesla troopers. And the elite Rhino out of nowhere. Vwwww's cleaning up his opponent here. Max needs to hold on. Max loses all his tanks and he needs help. The ping should be coming out about now. Left with the barracks and no money for Mr. Palacio. Mr. Palacio is done for. And that elite tank is going all in. He's gonna go for the miners. I would target the elite tank. Those Tesla troopers are gonna be deadly, man. You do not want to go on a cliff where you're singled out with 10 Tesla troopers along your back. No, Mr. Vwwww, he has pushed himself into a corner here. And the elite Rhino will come in and clean up. There's level 2 Rhinos in his own base. What? What? Latof definitely wins this. He has an elite Rhino and 10 Tesla tanks. Tesla troopers, sorry. Vwwww needs some drones to deal with the Tesla troopers there. Tesla trooper clutch, man. This is an absolute clutch from Latof with the Tesla troopers. Now the elite Rhino is gonna come in. The miners are gonna help with the infantry, but the war factory is gonna go down. And look at the elite Tesla trooper comes out. I don't know how you're gonna deal with that, Vwwww. He's gonna go for the elite Rhino. He's gonna chase it down. He jukes the infantry. He's gonna go straight for it. Latof is running away. I would take that base trade right now. He's gonna go for the miners. Is he still chasing that tank? Yeah, he is. Oh, Vwwww, what are you doing? Go for the trade. He has lost this now. The trade was way too late. But he pushes. The elite tank probably take both Rhinos right now. What in the hell is going on here? The micro from Vwwww are gonna run through them, but the elite tank with the self-regeneration, the healing, and those Tesla troopers are gonna be deadly. And the thing is, Latof still has 2 miners, 2 working miners as well. There's gonna be a lot. There you go, Mr. Max finally selling out. That elite Tesla trooper, man. You see here, Palacio, Mr. Mikoz is not actually selling out because he knows that if it comes down to a trade, there's still that one more left to go, but that's realistically GG. What the fuck? Yeah, Matt could have killed the elite with 2 rhinos there. I don't. If it's corners, it might favor Team 1, but we've seen Team 1 win with corners before. So red, yellow, sorry, orange and green. Yep. So it's gonna be top versus bottom. So immediately he says nice. Top versus bottom. This is it's gonna be a very methodical game again. Hi, can you tell me? Yeah, Gorilla, that's the way to do it. Yeah, so if you're watching live on YouTube right now, this is an amazing fucking match that we're seeing here. Andy, we're allowing replays on this map because there's not many 2v2 maps out there. That's why I brought down the vetoes to 2 instead of 3. So the strats, what are we thinking about the strats here? Top versus bottom again. So it's gonna be another slow methodical match. They're gonna go heavy on miners. They're gonna build up an army, and then they're gonna sorry, can we do it? They're gonna build up an army and then fight. I don't think we're gonna see any rushes. Probably a drone here and there, but we won't see a drone rhino follow up. That being said, Latof has gone 0. And he has droned a grizzly. So Vwwww seeing that has gone 0 as well to keep up. It is Vwwww against Latof on the right side as well. So this is good to see. Immediately the pressure is up on Vwwww, pushed in by Latof. I think this is a good idea. Because Matt does not have much to help him. Mikoz on the other hand get his miner droned.
Our ally is under attack.
Alright, sure, I'll see you, man. Merry Christmas, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on 1 and 2 here. Easy for me to see. Yeah, so Olaf is keeping out the pressure onto Vwwww. He has made nothing but rhinos from his war factory. He's trying to win the small little battles when he can, keep the pressure on. Probably force a mistake out of him. Well, he is doing a good job at as well. Max is Vwwww is doing as well of a job defending. Fuck no, I can't get my words straight. I haven't fucked up that sense that I can't get my words straight. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, left side is just chilling. You know, the anchors are on the right side here. Look at that, Latof straight aggression going in, but now the rockets are coming out. He might win that grizzly battle, but he needs to back off here for the flat tracks to come in. There is one flat track there, but it's not moving. So Mr. Latof here winning his battle. That flat track finally coming in, and Mr. Unstopable sending 2 rhinos along there to help. The ping is there as well to help. He's gonna lose that war factory before he does, and that is job done for Mr. Olaf. He's gonna hop back out and just chill, because he bought himself some time here. Max on the other hand needs to deal with Mikoz. Not much going on there. So there's a really good push there from Latof, going early with the pressure. I was wondering if Max could Vwwww could probably help, ask for help a lot earlier when he was losing the battle instead of when he lost that battle. But in comes that engagement on the right side. The drones are coming in. The Desert has been deployed, and both players going in that Desolator with the radiation. Tanks are popping left, right, and center, but Max has won that fight. He's gonna go along the way here, and Vwwww's now sending Rocketeers to help. Meanwhile, Latof is pushing in at the same time while his Rocketeers are preoccupied, sending his Rocketeers back and going back towards Latof's base. The miners, where are they going? Taking a tour in the jungle of Vietnam, and both miners are down. Almost. There you go, another miner goes down, and he can push in here. And Latof pushing into Vwwww, can push back at the same time. He's not really pushing in this time. Vwwww has to defend here, and he is defending well with the prison towers and the GIs. Mr. Unstoppable is proving his name and his legacy right. Pushing through all the way to Mikoz. And deflect right there, doing a lot of work. This is close. Another war factory goes down there for Vwwww. And Mikoz should be able to go down pretty easily to Max here. Last war factory goes down, there is no MCV. Our ally is under attack. So it is down to Max and Latof. I mean, that being said, Mikoz isn't out the game yet. He still has a radar and a... What the hell is Max doing there? Still has a radar and a barrage out, so he still can make desolators, which are really dreadful. Should be making drones now. Yeah, there you go. They are the drones to help. But the rockets will be there to help. Latof turning around, going back. See, the difference here I'm seeing in the playstyle is that Latof does not ever sell his MCV unless he really needs to. So Mikoz sells his MCV a lot later. Latof's still holding on. It's a very crucial point in that game. 4 war factories and 4, 5, 6 miners. Oh boy. Gonna keep my camera in the middle once again. There you go. Matt is just gonna trot through his entire base, take out the radar on the racks.
Beacon detected.
Yep, there you go. That's the last barracks taken down. But the Olaf is actually, Latof is actually in. Nice, his mate Vwwww's coming in to help. It looks like Max is actually the one carrying this game. Vwwww has lost that fight. He hasn't lost the fight, but he is playing very defensively here. And Max is actually doing the heavy carrying as the Soviet player. So this has to be a last push here. Max sells his MCV. Latof, every single time Max has gone to finish off Latof. Max has gone on to finish Mike. Latof just comes in and saves him. You know, make Max double think about what he's gonna do. And that actually brings, forces Max to bring back his units. But Vwwww's here taking the opportunity and taking out the war factory from Latof while he was doing exactly what I was saying. And now Max finally taking Latof out with the last units that he has. With the rockets as well. Whereas Latof and his tanks are stuck in his base. This time they're not going anywhere. And the last fight will happen here straight in the middle between Max and Latof. Final refinery goes down. He still doesn't have an MCV, but both players just now doubling on that last light, that last hope, that last shed of hope. 14 camel toe and G fucking G. Team Max, Team 1 brings it back 5-5. And we are going all the way to the last final game. It's gonna be blue and yellow on one side. Let's see where the starting points lie. Blue and yellow. So it's gonna be left versus right. Yep. Matt favors the left versus right. How's it been? Yeah, dude, for the first time, it is a coin toss. I mean, in the previous TV2 match with Ludo and Quaz, Max wasn't showing up. He wasn't playing really well, so it was still in favor of Matt and Max. But now, I mean, Max has been showing up. He played so well that last match on jungle and in Code to Speak as well. So this is huge. This will be huge. Now both Max has brushed off their rustiness after his comeback recently, and now we'll see how it goes. There you go. Vwwwww say play the long game. I'll win Latof, I think. So that confidence is really shining through there. Vwwww, we know, is always the man to talk the talk and walk the walk. Confidence shine through his name. But this time he's going up against Latof and he's a bit wary. But at the same time, he's asking Vwwww, he's asking Max to play the long game. And I don't know if playing the long game is actually Max's strategy here or Max's strength at this point. Yeah, exactly, Ed. Matt telling Max to hold. Mikoz going 0. That's right. Going 0 but not pressuring anyway though. Olaf already has 3. Olaf Latof already has 3 refineries. 3 refineries. 3 rocketeers up, excuse me. The rockets are going straight towards Vwwww. He needs some economy though. He's on 5 minus. So going 0, triple refinery, that means that he's gonna be lacking a war factory here in a minute. And it looks like they're gonna double up on Mr. Max here. Because there you go. Force Max to build a flat track instead of Rhino means he can't take that fight.
Our ally is under attack.
One miner goes down really swiftly. That means that Max will be outmatched here. So Vwwwww telling Max to hold. Not really helping him much here because he went maybe a miner too heavy. Yeah, that was questionable time through. But a good trade nonetheless. A good trade nonetheless.
Our ally is under attack.
A good trade nonetheless. And it looks like they are doubling in on Max here. And Vwwwww, I don't know where he is. He seems to be going back and forth between Olaf's base, Latof's base and his. And Mikoz will definitely win this fight on top right, and now the fight is gonna move all the way down to bottom right. Latof needs to hold for Mikoz to finish up Max here. The war factory goes down. And the fight is still ongoing down in bottom right here. Rocketeers are there, GIs are there, Paradox are there to help. These 2 expansions are gone along the miners unless Latof can micro them away. Fortunately he does not, so all 3 miners go down. The oil from Mikoz, from Max, sorry, goes down. And the war factory has been rebuilt. Mikoz needs to take out Max right now and help Latof whenever he can.
Our ally is under attack.
Vwwwww saying that give him some time and he'll win. I'm not quite sure about that, Mr. Vwwwww. Latof has been on fire recently and he's been holding on really well, and now he says he's going top right. Let's see how that works out. Mikoz has the same idea and immediately going bottom left, ignoring Max totally. So Vwwwww's now in top right. Mr. Palacio tracking back now to help defend. Olaf is there to defend. Latof is there to help defend at the same time. The MCV is sold from Max. Another rocket is there to help save the day. The war factory goes down from Mikoz, but another is rebuilt almost instantly. I don't know if the MCV sell was the right move here. You needed money, but did you really need money that quickly? You probably did there with the 2 flight cannons saying I'm going to save the day. Did that paragraph took out the refinery? So Mr. Unstoppable left with no MCV and 1 single war factory. So Mikoz can now just actually gung ho go all in and kill that war factory, and you're safe. You're safe. Mikoz is out of Max is out of the game. And now he's gonna push in here with the infantry as well. Max is hesitant in going in. Mr. Vwwwww is going straight towards the right side. He's gonna force Palacio to bring back his things to defend. And now he's gonna get caught in the sandwich here. Mikoz absolutely wrecking through and gonna catch him in the sandwich. Olaf backs out. Unfortunately, that means that Vwwwww will get away with that. That would have been a perfect sandwich right there. Matt tries to follow up and gets a miner out the way. If Mikoz cut off this alleyway there, could have gotten a lot of damage done. Unfortunately it didn't, and now Vwwww were coming in here with a huge number of Rocketeers. Is it enough? Does Olaf have enough? Does Latof has enough to hold on here? Tell you who doesn't have enough to hold on though is Mac. So Vwwww needs to take care of Latof or Mikoz right now, because he is gonna lose in a couple minutes here. There go the last one entry. He is out of the game. It is down to Vwwww in a 2v1. He said give him a few minutes to win Latof, and he was hesitant there, giving Olaf so much time to rebuild and to repair. He does have a lot of Rocketeers, not using them to the full extent. Palacio now pulling back to help and defend his own base. Olaf putting up a huge performance and defending Mikoz and his own base at the same time, and now both of them are going to converge together in here with the elite Ivy coming out. This looks to be GG in terms of Team Camel Dog. But again, it's not over yet, boys. Vwwww is still in the game with 4 war factories and an AFC.
Our ally is under attack.
But he is slowly running out of money. Olaf there just making sure that Max is totally out of the game. The lack of NTR is quite scary from Latof. The Rockets are sitting idle. One factory goes down there, but there is another. And Mr. Unstoppable has quit the game. So it is down to the anchor in Team 1. Okay, to be fair, he's not the anchor. Both of them have shared the anchor positioning or the anchor role between both of them. But now it is down to Vwwww to help defend in this last push. His army top right has been defeated. I'm not sure whether Mikoz has the riding going in. He should be waiting for Olaf to bring his army in and they can go in together. Play the numbers games, boys. Play the numbers game. The MCV gets sold. He has everything he needs. This is tense, boys. Here comes Latof in support. The Rocketeers take out that back refinery. And the split incoming. Vwwww's gonna go straight for Mr. Palacio, but ignoring Olaf totally. He is going back and forth here. What is he going to do? He is outmatched. The Grizzly is losing out the fight. The Elite Ivy coming in, and now Palacio coming in, taking out the War Factory. This is it in a close and very tense matchup against both of these amazing teams here. Looks like Team Camel Dog runs away with the win. And Team 1 has been finally defeated in a 2v2 matchup. What a fucking game. Holy shit. This was one of the best 2v2 matches I've ever fucking seen. Holy shit. The new champs has arrived. Round of applause for Team 1 there. Holy fucking shit.